Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia, excuse me, and for human welfare. I'm just going to check the sound also. Going to start properly at the live stream. Is the sound coming? It's quite the device. On this other device, the sound is not that good. So hope you've got sound boosters. Sorry, it has to be like this on screencast. And again, it's come in this way when I wanted it to come another way. The position of the screen, portrait, and the wide horizontal one. But it didn't come on the horizontal one, just the vertical portrait, you call it. Okay, and so now someone had brought this out, this ayat, saying that Surah 5 ayat 32, that one cannot kill, right? Killing one person is like killing all humanity. Surah 5 ayat 32. So I told him, without justice. So some, who is the translator of this AI overview, that AI overview has given about Surah 5 ayat 32. Now, the way I worked out is that it does say like unjustly, but some take it like this. Although, how should we take this ayat? In what context also AI has given, it comes before verses detailing punishments for spreading corruption, mischief, terrorism, differentiating righteous justice from unjust killing. This is the context that AI has given about Surah 5, Ayah 32. Now we're going to examine this like I do, right? Surah 5, Ayah 32. Before that, I've got, the same, the Surah 6, Ayat 123, we have placed within every city the greatest of its criminals to conspire therein. Just made notes of this. So sometime, another time, or maybe in this live stream later on when I finish with this, Surah 5, Ayat 32, who can the Muslims take lives of? And I did correct myself, like it doesn't say in this ayat at least, if you kill a soul, unless for a soul, or for corruption, that's fasad, the Arabic word for it, done in the land, it is as if he had slain mankind entirely, right? So I didn't read the whole, like Allah has decreed for Bani Israel, the children of Israel. I haven't read the ayat fully. It doesn't really matter. Uh, the I will read it later, but like for now, that's right. So I'm on Fasad. Okay, so Fasad on earth doesn't mean terrorism. What does Fasad mean? Taking the other Quran ayats in this Fasad, Fasadin, or Fasadin fil fi al ardi, in the land. So some Muslims may take it that spreading mischief on earth is just terrorism, killing, and all that, right? But there's a moral facade too, right or wrong. So only take the ayats on facade that are done on earth, right? That's what the Muslims will say about this ayat. Many Muslims who interpret this ayat to what facade means is just that, creating mischief on earth, right? So violence against others, stealing, uh, theft would be mischief, and killing someone, just because you have, they're from the same religion but different kind of, maybe you think they are hypocrites or something like that, but they're not doing mischief on earth, right? However, uh, we'll see the Sunni Shia commentary of this where it's given what fasad really is. So Surah 17, Ayah 33 also says, and do not kill the soul which Allah has forbidden except by right, haq. And whoever is killed unjustly, we have given his heir authority. But let him not exceed limits in taking life. Indeed, he has been supported by the law, except for a just cause. So here, we'll just see the Shia commentary and the Sunni commentary on what this just cause means, right? So where's the Shia commentary? What does or what does this facade mean actually? Yeah, the just cause, or here not in not in Surah 79 33, but I from another ayat, like mainly what overall, what does facade mean? Okay, so where's the Shia commentary on this? Surah 2 ayat 27, who break the covenant of Allah after its firm binding and cut asunder what Allah has commanded to be joined and spread mischief on earth. The same fasidun, fasad from yufsiduna or yufsidu dun fi al ard. So it is on earth. So what does fasad actually mean? Right? Because in Surah, we've got to find that out through the Quran ayats first, not by, we can see the tafsirs, but also work out what this facade is, right? Physical harm done, like robbery, also a misappropriation of property of another. What is this? So you see, okay, now I'll read that. Surah 5, ayah 32. Because of that, we decreed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul, unless for a soul, right? So if a murderer, or for corruption in the land, corruption in the land. Every time fasad is used in, I think in the Quran, most of the time, so every time it says in the land. So people might think that, the theft and all this, nothing to do with moral facade, right? So moral corruption. And the facade word means corruption also, or mischief. And it says in the land every time. It is as if he had, the Quran ayat says this every time it uses facade, or most of the times when it uses this word facade. And it can be in English corruption or mischief. So in the land, it is as if he had slain mankind entirely. And whoever saves one, it is as if he had saved mankind entirely. Our messengers had certainly come to them with clear proofs. And indeed, many of them, even after that, throughout the land were transgressors. So, according to Sunni, only take, so the Muslims would say, like, only take the meaning of fasad here to mean that some violence, physical violence, or even theft, robbery, misappropriation of property of someone. So, ayats on fasad that are done on earth, and not the ayats on moral fasad, right or wrong, right? Even moral fasad is mentioned in the Quran as fasad fi al earth, mischief on earth or corruption on earth. The moral one, moral corruption. So if you are immoral, uh, then you can be killed. Surah Quran at 7, sorry, Surah 7 ayat 56. What is fasad, right? And cause not corruption on the earth after its reformation, and invoke him in fear. And it just says cause no corruption. Wait, let me, who break Surah 2, Ayat 27, actually. Let's take this one. So, made a mistake on, this has Fasad too, but it just says, cause not corruption on the earth. Again, it has in the earth, right? Again, in Surah 2, Ayat 27 also, who break the covenant of Allah after its firm binding and cut asunder what Allah has commanded to be joined and spread mischief on earth or in the earth. They are the utter losers. Yufsiduna. This is the way Fasad is put in this ayat, right? So Puya commentary, this is the Shia commentary. What is Fasad? First we need to know this. So then we'll know if those people who do Fasad on earth can be killed, because they are the ones who can be killed. Lives can be taken of them in Surah Maida 32, right? Or a murderer who kills, a killer. A killer's life can be taken, and a corrupter, the one who corrupts in the earth, his life can be taken or her life can be taken. So we need to know what the Fasad is, right? The corruptors. Who are the corruptors? Akamedipuya says the wrongdoers, Fasakin, these are not the corruptors. These are the wrongdoers mentioned in the previous verse. Break the covenant of Allah and cut asunder that which Allah has commanded to join. Yaktuna. Okay, so ma amrullah. Okay, let me not pronounce this. And make mischief to destroy peace and harmony in human society, right? Which covenant? Every soul before coming into this world makes a promise with the land, a Lord, with the Lord that it will exist only to fulfill the will of the Lord, and never shall rebel against his authority, known as the original or the latent covenant. The second or the manifest covenant is that which an individual agrees to be bound by when he or she embraces Islam, which in fact is a surrender of the self to the will of Allah. So if you break the covenant, right, you can go into making mischief also. So if a Muslim thinks, like in the case of uh, uh, Sabine Mahmoud, sorry, excuse me, and Aziz, Saad Aziz, even though they say that we are reformers or we are peacemakers, but according to Saad Aziz, radical, I'm a radical Muslim, you're not doing the proper Islam, you're going against proper Islam, you're morally corrupting the people against Islam. That's a moral corruption. Can that person be killed like Saad Aziz did, right? Gunned down. They say they are reformers, but they are not reformers. Surah 2, Ayat 11, and God calls them corruption on earth. Again, Surah 2, Ayat 11. And when it is said to them, do not cause corruption on the earth, they say we are but reformers. And the next ayah, Surah 2, Ayat 12, unquestionably, it is they who are the corrupters. Now on earth, but the previous ayat, corruption on earth. So only this ayat doesn't have for corruption, fasad on earth. Surah 2, Ayat 12. But the previous ayat has it. So now, going back to, we will go back to, so we will come, we've come back to Surah 5, Ayah 32. Because of that, we decreed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul, unless for a soul, meaning, he killed a soul, meaning a murderer, killer, or for corruption in the land. So you can kill someone, Muslim believers can kill someone who they feel has done corruption in the land. You can't use this side to say, no, Islam says, just, do not kill a soul. If you do that, you've slain mankind entirely, right? So what have you missed? You've missed the corruption done in the land, and you've missed killing a murderer, killing for a just cause, killing for an Islamically Sharia law just cause. Um, then, right? So you've missed all that, and you're saying you're just giving part of the ayat, and you haven't gone deep into the other Muslims who become radicalized, you say, and they're wrong. See, I'll show you what they see. Maybe they see it like this, like I saw it. Then we take to understand these radical Muslims, right? Also, not only just am I exposing Islam and telling you the truth about Islam, but this some Muslims may and do take the eyes to kill, like we can understand now, right? How some Pakistani Muslim extremists, radicalized, take lives of peacemakers, Muslim, fellow Muslim, calling them hypocrites. Not only that, can you go and kill, but in this way also you can kill. So if you know, if the hypocrite says peace, peace, don't kill them. But now you come this way, and thanks to the person who brought this ayat out, reminding me, so you can not kill anyone unless a killer or the one who does corruption in the land. And there's also moral corruption, you see. There are all kinds of corruption. So AI has given me, where's AI here on corruption? Good summarized meaning of, oh, did I remove replace greatest link covenant of this verification? So Fasad, I'll just, what is Fasad? How many in Islam, right? I hope AI again gives me, I removed all the tabs. Fasad in Arabic in Islam. AI, thank you. Overview. In Islam refers to corruption, mischief, or depravity on earth, representing a severe violation of divine order and a major theme in the Quran. It encompasses moral, social, and environmental wrongdoing such as injustice, bloodshed, and environmental destruction. The opposite of fasad is islah, reform, setting things right. Definition and scope. Fasad covers acts that disrupt social, moral, and ethical harmony. It ranges from individual actions like gossip, cheating, and arrogance, to large scale, saying, we coexist like maybe if we say that what is not in Islam, what the other Muslim, like we can't coexist with non-Muslims. We have to change them. They go to the extreme, right? So, freedom in religion and peace with everyone and coexisting. Uh, how the some Muslims don't take it like that. So, morally, deprivation, corruption, and you're misrepresenting Islam according to the radical Muslims. You Muslims who say, Islam, I'm a Muslim, I'm progressive, I'm liberal. You get it? Pluralism and coexistence with non Muslims without changing them. We can invite them to Islam, but if if they remain Christians, choose to remain Jews, other religions, then let them be. But you see, this is not how it is. Like Sharif Khan came here and said since the UAE president permitted of a temple on Arab land, which is Prophet Muhammad's, like not only Makkah, the whole of Arabia is Islam, should be Islam, should, and no one should allow any temple, church, any other religious place to be built there on Arabia, and will take their lives. So when you give this ayat, this is you've got to see the other side. What Fasad is. Thank you for the heart, Christy La Gringa. Welcome here. Think this is the first time you're here. Warm welcome on my live stream. So, but the other Muslims say no. Even a person like, sorry, I have to in Karachi, sorry, in Pakistan, Sabine Mahmood, or liberal Muslims. So, just an example of Sabine Mahmood. Happy Valentine's Day. No, Muslims can't say that. The other Muslims, the radical Muslims, will say she's morally corrupting as a Muslim, liberal, or whoever she calls herself. She's not. She's not. So sorry, I have to give this example. 10 years. So what? Why did Saad Aziz kill her? In memory of the great human rights activist, peacemaker for humanity, Sabine Mahmood, right? Mother of slain activist says she devoted all these years to serving people, a service lady, instead of seeking justice solely for Sabine. Appeals of 5 militants sentenced to death. Okay. What's the reason, Don? Thank you. April 24th, 2025. 10 years after the murder of prominent social activist Sabine Mahmood, a Muslim, there seems to be little hope for justice as her family has shifted focus towards carrying forward her legacy instead of seeking accountability. So her legacy, these radical Muslims, right? I wonder if they would even allow now a social activist. So she has, on April 24, 2015, Sabine Mahmood was shot dead in a targeted attack as she left the second floor T2F, a literary and cultural space she had founded after hosting a seminar on the disappearance of political activists in Balochistan. The counterterrorism department had arrested 5 militants. Mehnaz Mahmood, mother of the slain activist, who accompanied her daughter on the fateful day and suffered bullet wounds, told Dawn when the attack took place. Several rights activists and senior lawyers visited her and urged her to pursue the case. I asked them, will my efforts fix the justice system of this country? If the answer is yes, I'm ready to dedicate 10 to 20 years of my life to it. I want justice for Pakistan, not just for Sabine, she said. What a lady's salutations and ending. Heartfelt condolences to her. She recalled being told that pursuing the case would bring her closure, but she questioned, can any mother truly find closure in her lifetime? No, justice cannot be done. Sabine cannot come back. But for Pakistan, for the rest of the social activists, those who want pluralism, Muslims who want to exist peacefully, coexist with other interfaith people, and also, peacefully and celebrate with them. And what's the harm in saying Happy Valentine's Day? I felt it was, but excuse me, show you through the Quran eyes, there is harm. Morally, okay, if I say I'm a Shia and I do this, go for Valentine's Day and all, and celebrate, I'm corrupting the religion. That comes under Fasad. You see it. I felt it was better to devote these years to serving people instead. So, how people, not only believers, but people, human beings, I have been working on mental health, parenting, and I've also worked with women prisoners, conducting sessions where many of them promised me they would show more love and understanding towards the emotions of their own and other prisoners' children, she added. Amazing lady, right? Remembering her bond with her daughter. 74 a 4-year old man. No, sorry, sometimes my I can't read properly. Mehnaz said it was more like a friendship. That's what my mother said, that we should be friends. Take me as one of your best friends. Adding that Sabine was a bright young woman whose value system was rooted in honesty and justice. Sabine Mahmood was someone this country needed then and now more than ever. So true. She dedicated much of her 40 years working on social issues. Like when a father gets married to another woman, we should also prepare his children, especially the child, the daughter, because it doesn't happen much in Karachi. It's not like in the Arab world. But my father said that it's in my religion. Before that, when I took a promise from him, he said, okay, when I was a child. But then later on, he told me it's in my religion, like no preparation. So, like what Ma'am is doing, Mehnaz, mother of Sabine Mahmood, like in the prison, understanding woman's emotions, mental health, parenting. Parenting, what is parenting? And then in this religion, father goes and marries and has mutas, or my wife just doesn't want to travel with me for my business trip, or I live 6 months, I'm in Singapore because, and then I'm in Singapore, but after 6 months, I have to come to Karachi because my wife doesn't come with me, doesn't live with me in Singapore with the kids, with our kids. So I have to do muta or something. That's what the Shia religious scholars told him. So not preparing like a wife's emotions, daughter's emotions, forget it. My religion has allowed me. Remembering our bond with her. Okay. So she dedicated much of her 40 years. So if you go a little bit off, like more liberal side, taking the more liberal side of Islam, again, I'm stuttering, or what is this? Stuttering, I think. Sorry. She would often receive threats. She dedicated much of. Okay, something happened and YouTube, it closed my live stream. Sorry. It ended. And my profile, this disappeared. So I had to resume it. Let me see. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Thank you, Christila Gringa, for being here and for the heart. Much love to you too. So, this problem in Islam, you see, the Sabine's case, and see, killed for being a liberal voice. But the radical Muslims are not going to take this as a liberal voice. For a Muslim liberal voice. All you Muslims in Pakistan, liberal Muslims and convicts, please. Convicts, please, pending adjudication at CHC for years. Radical Muslims. You see, this, for being a liberal voice, this is facade for them. This is how they take the facade also. So they can kill. Surah in, take life, sorry. In Surah 5, I 32. Right? So please, when you give me an ayat from the Quran here, understand the meaning of it from all sides and all Muslims, not from only your way, and just putting here that taking one life is like taking a whole entire nation, killing a whole entire nation, right? It's not like that. You've got to go to what is facade, because here it doesn't say killing a life, sorry, it doesn't say taking a life, just taking a life. It says, look what it says here. We decreed upon the children of Israel that whoever kills a soul, unless there's an exception, unless for a soul or for corruption in the land. So, corruption in the land doesn't only mean some violence, theft, or killing, terrorism. No, it means also moral corruption, social corruption, allowing hypocrites to go on and practice in Islam and say we are Muslims. They're corrupting, right? According to radical Muslims, they're showing you this, what corruption actually means. Now, see, that requiring the death penalty, what does it mean? So we have to go to another ayat, like went to a, no, children of punishment for murder, spreading mischief on earth. Survival of human life depends on everyone respecting other human beings. Namodudi, the person guilty of doing wrong to one, yeah, respect and all this. But you see, this part, I needed spreading mischief. So where do I go for spreading mischief? Let me see. Now I go to the Sunni tafsir also. What is fasad? Not just the AI overview. Surah 5, ayat 32. No. Surah 2, ayat 11. So, liberal Muslims, do you disagree with me on this? Let me show you. And when it is said to them, do not cause corruption on the earth, they say we are but reformers. Okay, no tafsir on this, right? And then what is, so this word is in Surah 5 at 32, unless it be for corruption on earth. This word, corruption. Tufsidu. Now, this is from Fasad. You see? In the earth, they say, now the radical Muslims are taught by their, I mean, like this, right? By the radical Muslim leaders and religious scholars. So, according to them, they can take the lives of the Muslims who consider themselves liberal, coexisting peacefully with non-Muslims, and shouldn't take a life unless it be for killing. And they take Fasad, spread corruption in a different way. The radical Muslims take it in a way that is, let me, uh, after, see, it is like after making, yeah, this is the one, right? After ratifying, when it is said to them, do not cause corruption, unquestionably it is they who are the corruptors. And then we go to after ratifying that ayat. Where is it? But those who break, Surah 13, ayat 25. But those who break the covenant of Allah after contracting it, right? You've become Muslims now, and sever that which Allah has ordered to be joined, and spread corruption on earth. For them is the curse, and they will have the worst home. Curse here, but this corruption word is in Surah Maida 32. Do not kill unless it be for corruption in the land. So please, Shias also see, and liberal Muslims, and Sunnis and other Muslims, please see, Quran only Muslims, what actually the word fasad contains in Islam, in the land, right? On earth, spread corruption on earth. So you've said, wait, the moral corruption, misrepresenting Islam's ayahs. What is now? Shall I search out like this? What is a moral facade in Islam? And then their religious scholars can say that, these people are misrepresenting. You need to kill these people, take their lives, sorry, and live in them. In Islam, fasad broadly, has a broad definition, means corruption, mischief, depravity, or ruin. It represents the disruption of the natural divine equilibrium established by God on earth, the laws of God on earth given to the Muslim believers. If you disrupt them, if you misrepresent them, you can be killed. Surah 5 ayah 32. Moral facade specifically refers to the corruption of ethical norms, spiritual diseases. Saying happy Valentine's, you're giving out a spiritual disease. Ethical norms and the erosion of social and personal morality, not only social but individual personal morality, which leads to spiritual decay and damage to society. Please see 12 Shias, Ismailis, and all this. This is very dangerous. A Muslim, so going deep into this and examining the Quran ayats, like I have, and still remaining a Muslim, would say, no, no, you Muslims, we're supposed to take your lives on this. You are not only hypocrites, but you are the Fasidun or Fasidin. You get it? By your own Muslims. So there's this great danger, and it is rampant, it's spread, it's gone to America, it's gone elsewhere to Europe. and your own in your own countries, peacemakers with the non-Muslims and coexistence, and sometimes you're celebrating with the Christians Christmas, or if I went to the church with my Christian friends, family friends, I could be killed if I say it's okay. Yes, I'm calling people and saying encouraging this. I could be killed by a radical Muslim in Pakistan, elsewhere, as a Shia Muslim, or even now as a Sunni Muslim, or as a Quran only Muslim. If I do this, like so this is there, right? Part C. This is there in the Quran, and then you see what fasad is: corruption, mischief, moral fasad. This is there in this religion. So why have you not taken it? Huh? And even in Shia Islam, isn't there? What does Akam say? Make mischief to destroy peace. And what is peace in Islam? And harmony in human society. So, as an individual, if you're doing it, going against the uh, covenant that you've made with Allah and going against Allah's laws, you could be killed. Surah 5, ayah 32. As a Muslim, you can be killed by a Muslim, radical Muslim. Got it? Every soul, before coming into this world, makes a promise with the Lord that exists only to fulfill the will of the Lord and remain. What is the will of the Lord? To remain on this path, right? Straight path. How can you deviate from the straight path? Siratul Mustaqim, and become astray by going to those who are cursed by Allah, the Jews, the Christians, and celebrating with them. Allowing Christmas celebrations. Oh my God, here. So, in a Muslim country, and moreover in Arabia now, Sharif Khan, right, didn't say, just said about the temple, permission given for the temple by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE president. Oh my God. So you see, this is, to see how dangerous Islam is, and isn't this the true Islam? Like, so you, so you have given that covenant, that promise to the Lord that you will exist only to fulfill the will of the Lord, only to fulfill. Even this is Akamedipuya, this is no radical Islamist religious scholars exegesis, tafsir. This is Shia Akamedipuya on Surah 2, ayah 27. Spread mischief on, but break the covenant of Allah. How do you break the covenant of Allah? So you've broken the covenant of Allah, right? My goodness. Now do you get it? Why Saad does he? So giving an example of Pakistan, radicalized. So Saad Aziz confessed that not even for Balochistan, for the freedom of Balochistan, why he murdered, or Sabine Mahmood. Saad Aziz, the radicalized Muslim. Why he killed, sorry, I have to, uh, Sabine. Mahmoud. He shot her for holding a Valentine's Day rally. Now you understand through the Quran that's why he killed her. And I'm saying there could be more to this, there could be more to this. Anyways, there could be, the army involved, Pakistan, the Punjabi army, and the ISI involved against this Agha Khanis to give me the gift on 13 May, 13 May, Sri Ravi Shankarji's birthday, Guru Jai Gurudev, right? Saying that on Facebook, and they were following me. But here, Sabine, I didn't even know Sabine at that time when she was killed. Only recently, through Pakistan Experience, a, a mother's interview on YouTube, a child experience. I couldn't comment there because I'm an ex-Muslim. Uh, I didn't go to another YouTube, what do you call it, of mine channel. And through there, but through my main channel, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Don't want to get Pakistan Experience into trouble. His YouTube channel. So look why see, we shot her for holding a Valentine's Day rally. Now do you understand? Besides the point that whatever, there could be more to this, but the Islam is in this. Islam is in this, and the Quran ayat even goes with this. Fasad. What is fasad? Holding Valentine's Day rally. Got it? Aziz reportedly said in a statement to the police, adding, "My friend was riding the motorcycle, but I was sitting at the back and I shot her." Aziz claimed he was a regular attendee at seminars held at Mahmoud's Cafe and was also present at the seminar on unsilencing Balochistan, following which she was shot dead. "We followed her for days and gathered information on her before killing her," he said. For what? For holding Valentine's Day rally. "We shot her," he reported the Express Tribune. 24th April 2015, confessed on May 22nd to killing her, reported the Express Tribune. "We shot her for holding a Valentine's Day rally." Now you see how this can come in. You can kill. Muslims can kill. See, liberal Muslims, see, even Shia, liberal, moderate, progressive Muslims. Surah 5, ayah 32. "Therefore we ordained for the children of Israel that he who slays a soul, unless it be in punishment for murder or for spreading mischief, fasad, on earth." So how is it put, fasad here? It's, again, do you get it now? Do you get it? Fasad, yeah. Sorry. Fasadin. Sorry, I forgot. Fasadin. Fasadin. Yeah, this is the word. Unless for fasad. And who are the corruptors? Morally corrupting. Even though in earth, the other ayat is also in earth. Surah 13 also. ayat, right? Where is it? Furqan 31. O Muhammad has to make every prophet enemies. This is your Allah. Making enemies, making criminals, and also this. Sorry to, oh, no, Surah 13, ayat, Surah 13, ayat 35, I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. No, this is this. Oh, I have to check again. 25. Sorry, 25. You see, it's got a very dangerous side. The Quran, the interpretation, open to interpretation, and all this. And what does fasad mean? See, and what was I saying? And spread corruption in the earth. So those who break the covenant of Allah from after contracting it, meaning become Muslims, and sever what has been commanded by Allah for it to be joined and spread corruption in the earth. How you may want to like interpret it, taking it all together and then coming to and, although it's and, so you don't, here you don't take this, like they won't take it separately, right? Fasad, who are the fasidun? Who corrupt individual, morally corrupting the society themselves and sharing that with the society. Could we say then holding a Valentine's rally is a facade, right? Facade on earth, fasadin. No, although it says curse of Allah is on them and they will, but we go back to Surah 5, Ayah 32. Here, just look at what facade again is, right? So it could, oh, they broke the covenant, they contracted, and they severed what Allah ordained to be joined, and thus, and spread. So some of the Muslims won't take it separately, right? They start from the very, oh, so, let's say I broke the covenant as a Muslim Sunni by saying that Allah has allowed me to coexist with the Christians and even celebrate with them, like celebrate with the Jews also, Hanukkah, or celebrate with the Christians Christmas and say Merry Christmas to them and say to the Jews, Happy Hanukkah, blessings, you know. But if I hold maybe for that I might not be killed, but if I hold a rally on earth, somewhere in a, outside on, I could, they could kill me, gun me down. Da, 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 da. This could be facade for them, for these Muslims. I'm morally corrupting. I'm misrepresenting Islam. I've broken the covenant. I've severed the order of Allah that should be joined, potentiality in me, and for them, and thus, then meaning, like they think that it is, and thus spread corruption on earth, right? And then they would also check this ayat, Surah Baqarah ayat. 11, right? Radical Muslims. Hmm. Oh, yes, yes. Ah, Maulana Sahab. It to say it, and when it is said to them, do not cause corruption on the earth. Ooh, they say we are but reformers. Maslihuna. We are reformers. Whenever they are told, do not spread mischief on earth, they say, why? We indeed are the ones who set things right, or set things right, or Yusuf Ali's translation. We only want to make peace. Yes, Ara dekho. Hmm. You so Christy is here, maybe still. I'm not sure if I can then talk in Urdu. Yeah, look, Zara, radical. We are the true Muslims. We must. So Fasad in Surah 5, Ayah 32 means that even this, when they say they make peace, they are not making peace, they are making mischief. Fasad on earth. And the next ayat, unquestionable, so kill them. You can. Moral and all wrong. Fasad. Corruption. Morally corrupted, individually corrupted, and now they're corrupting others. Allah says unquestionably, or this is our Sahih International. Beware. Indeed, they themselves are the ones who spread corruption. So don't reform this religion. Don't be a reformer in any way. In the house is a disease. And now these ones in whose hearts is a disease, Surah 33 in Medina also. What was supposed to happen to them? Massacred. And Allah has increased their disease. And grief is, okay, read the previous ayah. They are trying to deceive Allah and those who believe, but they do not realize that in truth they are only deceiving themselves. But even then, in Surah 5, ayah 32, it says, take a life, for kill the Fasidun or the Fasideen. Kill them. Hmm. You see, this is how they take it. And don't you think this is how it should be taken? The ayat Surah 5 by 32. Oh, you went to church. Why did you go to your church? I went with because I was invited, because there was a wedding there, Christian wedding. Could be that more, maybe, okay, they would leave me alone, but next time, don't do it, right? I said, why? I was invited by a Christian family friend. The daughter got married. No, no, diseased heart. Increasing the next, maybe this is not a good example. Next time, I say to my family friends, come to my house. Or, we'll have a rally outside or something for Christmas. Celebrate one Christmas, like after Christmas, like one day. Let's say 27 December. We'll have it outside my house, right? For all the Christian family friends, their friends, come. The group that I know, Christian friends, and their friends, we celebrate outside. And sure, Christmas market. Oh, we'll have a Christmas market also. I'm the organizer. First killer. Tishon, tish. Of a surety, they are the ones who make mischief. But they realize it not. So kill them. And they won't realize. We won't realize. And when it is said to them, believe as the people have believed, they say, but we don't say this, right? We don't say this. So the radicals don't go to this ayat and then analyze it, right? We say we are believers. We Muslim, like I've put myself as a Sunni or a Shia or a progressive liberal Sunni Muslim, like that. But we don't say this. So what about why chuck this ayat out? Should now come to this ayat, right? And when it is said to them, believe as the people have believed, they say, should we believe as the foolish have believed? But we would say, no, no, you are wrong to believe in the way you believe in, and by killing these people and you're causing terrorism and this and that, right? You're you are the facade makers. We are the peacemakers. Our religion is peaceful. And then they're saying, oh, no, no, no. The radical Muslims are saying they don't believe. They, okay, they don't say foolish belief, but, they're saying, we are wrong and we're right. A lot of the Quran ayats say we are right. Like the way I've understood as a radical Muslim, the Quran ayats. And I've been taught by my religious scholar, the radical one, or Sayyid Qutb, of Milestones. Read his book. And Osama bin Laden was influenced Qutb. So was Saad Aziz. Saad Aziz read this book and asked a fellow student, colleague, have you read this book by Sayyid Qutb, Milestones? They say that Saad Aziz was influenced, and also Saad Aziz and Osama bin Laden. Good degrees and Kalashnikov. It serves as a central link in the radicalization of individuals such as Osama bin Laden and Saad Aziz. AI overview. Yes, this is what I've read in these, and also not for Osama bin Laden, maybe Safur. So good degrees and Kalashnikovs. So you see, it's not that Muslims are getting up now. What is this? It's not Islam, right? The Sunni Muslims are waking up to this, right? What we Shias have been suffering, what the Shias have been suffering since since Prophet Muhammad's time. Ali, conflict. Ali is not the first, the Imam. Prophet Muhammad did not appoint him, Allah choosing him for being a leader for the Muslims, Imam for the Muslim Ummah. So, have you read Milestone? So, in the fall of 2010, Saad Aziz walked up to a fellow student, colleague, in IBA's parking lot and asked, have you read Milestones by Sayyid Qutb? It has changed my life. He's the one, right? It has changed my life. Qutb, who is now increasingly cited as the figure who influenced Al Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, yeah, I read it here, is known as one of the most influential advocates in modern times of jihad. Let me just take a sip of tea or water, some sips. Right? So, do you see how they can be influenced? Only through the Quran ayats. And the meaning of fasad would be taken from that, oh, they've broken the covenant, some of the laws of Islam that are in Islam, divine laws. The liberal Muslims and all. The change in Saad's life, as narrated by some of his friends at IBA, began sometime in his third year at IBA. But I still can't believe it, right? Like, how could they do this? Innocent would, like, huh? I still can't believe it. Innocent. Okay, so you look at your modern radical liberal Muslim. Come on, taking a gun out. You could go to her and say, why don't you, you know, why don't you also read the book by Sayyid Qutb instead of picking the gun up? I think there's more to this than meets the eye. I could be wrong, but see, this is what made me leave Islam also, right? I wouldn't pick the gun. So it didn't radicalize me, but I know that the Quranites go more with these radicalized ones. Of course, the peaceful ayats are there, but they override these kind of ayats and the meaning behind it, right? The true meaning of it can be taken like this also, like the radical Muslims take it. But excuse me, I cannot understand at all how. Wouldn't it be like if he had gone to Sabine Mahmoud, speak to her, say, this is not right, instead of just achanak all of a sudden, okay, you've attended some of her, you've gone to her seminars or gatherings at T2F. I can understand. And then going to those poor Agha Khanis, but all he was funny. The first 2 years, he was a burger kid. He had girlfriends, and he would have girlfriends, not even one girlfriend. Like, okay, the girlfriends, like friends, female friends, and we would have shisha at Indulge. He was funny, acted in plays, and danced, said a young man who was once a close friend. But that all ended in his third year, and his friends began noticing the radical nature of some of the changes Saad made in his life. He stopped talking to girls, began bunking classes, and grew his beard out. He also dropped his old friends and began hanging out with religious minded people from IBA's Ikra society. After graduation, Saad lost touch with his friends. He went somewhere for a few months. Someone said he had gone for jihad training, said another friend. But also, our domestic work in Karachi was going to his village for this also training, like the tabligh and all they called it. And we knew he had gone off track. He was not part of Tablighi Jamaat. Okay, he had become part of something else. So my domestic worker, our family domestic worker in Karachi, used to go for this tabligh. So thank you, Tribune.com. Why does it jump up? What is wrong? What did I do? After graduation, Saad lost. Okay, I read this. In the year 2013, around eight like minded IBA graduates from 2010 and 2011 batches began publishing an online magazine titled Al Rashidin, the rightly guided in English. But how could they take the gun and all of a sudden, huh? Target? Sadhu had expertise in producing different kind of pro Al Qaeda and Taliban media, was a part of its editorial team. We present you this first issue of Al Rashidin. He wrote under the screen name The Editor's Desk. Oh, I see. We hope this to be a platform where relevant issues facing the Ummah. Okay, so this is good. You're writing. Just write, right? But taking a gun and analyzed upon by students of colleges and universities and Muslim youngsters whose first or second language is English. The first issue of this amateurishly designed magazine, a copy of which is available with the Express Tribune, and had Iran must fall before Palestine can be liberated. Hmm? Iran, Iran is, well, isn't Iran helping Palestine to be liberated? As it cover, I mean, it says death to Israel, Khomeini's time, and death to USA, and burning the flags and all this. Israel's flags. I've seen Iran do this at Khomeini's time, as it cover as its cover story, along with other disturbingly radical content. For instance, a sectarian speech made by Haq Nawaz Jangvi, who founded Sipai Saiba, they targeted it, Shias. In the 1980 was translated and reproduced with the title The Men Who Rocked Kufr. Oh my God. Saad, who did his O levels from Beacon House and A levels from Lyceum, is married and even has a baby daughter. He belongs to a well to do family. His father was once a director at Unilever Unilever while himself owns a restaurant. Read. Arrested Safura mastermind behind Sabine's murder. Sincere at the Cactus. I mean, his people who work in his restaurant can't believe that he could do this. So at the restaurant Aziz owned, employees refused to believe that he could be involved in such heinous acts of terrorism. Even I refuse to believe, not having met him, not, I've just seen his picture now and all this on YouTube and here. Oh, newspapers, burgers. We can't believe that he's a terrorist, said a waiter at the Cactus. Even I can't believe. A restaurant which serves steaks, burgers, and fries in Karachi's Sindhi Muslim area society, huh, formerly known as Kahwa. The restaurant was taken over by Saad around 2 years ago. Abdul Ahad, in charge of the delivery for the restaurant, said they never saw him doing anything suspicious. No one came to meet him, and we never saw him speaking to anyone suspicious. The employees saw him every day, save Sundays. He came in late afternoon and left at night. So when would he have the time to like? And if he is involved in such activities, they should give proof, right? So the proof was his own confession and other things. Police version. According to DIG Saud Jamil Ahmad, Saad had attended a number of T2F sessions. He would not seem out of place because he seemed educated. However, it is yet to be confirmed whether Saad was present at the Balochistan session after which Sabine was murdered. The terrorists belonged to Al Qaeda India branch. India branch. The group is using educated people to carry out bold and atrocious attacks. Al Qaeda, there's an Indian branch. My goodness, what is this? So, of Al Qaeda, Indian branch. Al Qaeda subcontinent is a splinter group, a mixture of Al Qaeda and Tahrir. Hizbut Tahrir is not violent, but this group is using their ideology and literature. And DIG Ahmed said, DIG Ahmed, an investigation team probing the suspects will divulge further details soon. He said, adding that the terrorists belonging to this group are computer literate with good degrees and 9mm and Kalashnikovs. Muhammad Azhar Ishrat, the ambulance, another suspect, Muhammad Azhar Ishrat, was paving his way to the top. His colleagues were left in utter disbelief. Why does it jump up? Maybe due to the pop ads or something up there. Oh, I cannot believe this. Police version. Could they show us his confessions? Like, not show us his face, but at least he's sitting. I just cannot believe this. Muhammad Azhar Ishrat. I never noticed any extremist tendencies in his behavior, he added. Though he was a very religious and had grown a Shahid Afridi like beard, he was very accommodating to the views of others, the colleague said. Huh? Read Macabre Violence. How do you pronounce this? Did I pronounce this properly? Macabre Violence? Ugly Face of Terror. Okay, before Ishrat graduated in electronic engineering and all this, right? So at Siemens, they used to call me Ambulance. Ishrat shared on his LinkedIn profile. I was known for my pace of work and was usually deployed for saving projects that lagged behind the timeline or were about to cross the budget. Exactly a year later, the country's first GSM based cellular operator, Mobilink, recruited him. Police officials from intelligence agencies visited Ishrat's alma mater Thursday morning, where they held an hour-long meeting with Vice Chancellor Dr. Syed Javed Hassan Rizvi, varsity's registrar Syed Abrar Ali, and other officials. Their prime interest was gathering information on his academic record as well, speaking to his batchmates and friends. As SSUET official told the Express Tribune. Where's the CM? Where should I go? Now this. Can you believe it? That they would take the gun and ruthlessly like and how could no, I can't believe Saad Aziz saying that I would have wanted to I wanted to uh, make a movie of this life. of Aga Khani's Safura incident, the chief minister said, Chief Minister, Qaim Ali, oh, oops, Qaim Ali Shah at that time, the chief minister said that Aziz, who had studied in the BBA program at the Institute of Business Administration, Karachi, was the mastermind of Mahmood's murder and the main accused in the Safura incident. I can't believe Shah denied that he had said the suspects had any link to the Indian spy agency RAW, clarifying that if there was a link, a joint investigation team will probe it. I never said RAW is involved. I said RAW can be involved because of its terrorist activities in Sindh and Balochistan, he said, adding that it has its involvement. JIT would be formed to investigate and report its finding within a week. But what about this? And there's also Tahir Minhas. Among those arrested, including Tahir Minhas, who had studied till matriculation, Hafiz Nasir had held a master's in Islamic studies. But what about this, right? The last time I came live stream, raw behind terrorism, raw behind, and so they caught these two culprits arrested in Karachi, have received training from the spy agency. The foreign secretary said if Raw was found to be behind the Safura massacre, which led to the brutal killing of more than 40 members of the Ismaili community, Pakistan would take up the issue on all international forums. But you see, here it says receive training. Two culprits arrested in Karachi have received training. So they have these two culprits who are evidence, right? Who are the witness evidence, who can provide evidence. They are the evidence. Then the concern was raised during a corps commanders conference. The conference also took serious notice of Raw's involvement in whipping up terrorism in Pakistan. Further, senior officer of Sindh Police also alleged in a dramatic news conference that Indian military intelligence agency RAW trained, trained the Muttahida Qawmi movement to create unrest in Karachi. Why would they not blame Altaf Hussain was he's a Shia, isn't he? Dangerous Shias. And they're saying that these two culprits confessed when they were interrogated. Where did I read this here? Read Corps Commanders Conference. Raw whipping up terrorism in Pakistan. SSP Rao paraded before the media too. Raw trained terrorists Muhammad Junaid Khan and Tahir Rehan alias Lamba, and claimed that they were affiliated with the MQM. Quoting from the confessional statements of the suspects, he said the MQM is involved in anti state activities. The two raw trained terrorists, Muhammad Midi, MQM, the MQM people were during our Shia, they were the ones who were protecting us. They were the volunteers protecting our majlises in Muharram, some of them from MQM group, from terror attacks and all this also. Very organized. So is it these who were involved in the Safura, like, huh? Or Saad Aziz and Minhas? MQM. Raw must not be allowed to use Afghan soil against Pakistan. Wait a minute. Increasing bonhomie, Kabul's foe can never be our friend, says Nawaz. Ugly face of terror. Let me see the. So these two have confessed that MQM trained them. MQM would do this against the Safura, against the Ismailis. You must be kidding me. Like, please, are you the MQM Altaf Hussain Shia? And he gives his group of people in Pakistan, Karachi. I've seen volunteering and so organized and helping peace and organizing parking and also security. My father said, these are the MQM volunteers, various wherever outside the Imam Barga, Shia Imam Barga during Muharram in Karachi. And MQM is going to, Indian Raw and MQM are involved. Altaf Hussain. Why would they? Do you think I don't know. In my previous live stream, I like, he has been a fugitive from the Anti Terrorism Court of Pakistan on charges of murder, targeting, killing, treason, inciting violence, and hate speech. Okay? Ah, why the He was born to Nazir Hussain and Khurshid Begum in Karachi. And were they Shias? Isn't he a Shia? Oh, let me just check like this. His specific sectarian affiliation as Sunni or Shia is not publicly documented in standard biographical sources. Okay. So, what do we believe in then? What do we believe in? What's happening in Pakistan? So, the Corps Commanders Conference, raw, whipping up terrorism in Pakistan. The country's top military commanders have expressed serious concern over the involvement of Indian intelligence agency, the Research and Analysis Wing, for whipping up terrorism in Pakistan. The concern was raised during a Corps Commanders Conference. The conference also took serious notice of Rod's involvement, okay, in the inter-service public relations. The army chief, while addressing the conference, said, "Terror-free Pakistan is now a national resolve. The surge against terrorists and criminals is apolitical across the board and focused to achieve peace in the country." Further, General Rahil said, with the overwhelming support of the entire nation, Operation Zarbe Azb is Raw really doing it, or MQM, or is the was also so Saad Aziz? Excuse me, like I, okay, I can't believe this part, the Saad Aziz or Minhas even. But the thing is that it's your own religion that is supposed to be blamed, and who inspired Sayyid Qutb's book Milestones inspired Osama bin Laden, and the violent verses in the Quran. The Quran is the main book for violence, right? Against disbelievers, against Muslims who are hypocrites. Unless, okay, the peaceful ones for them are like, but again, this Surah Maida at 32, even this killing of a person unjustly, like the not only that he's a killer and doing physical harm to people on earth, but that he's also doing a moral harm, moral damage. That's Fasad. So how can you blame Raw or MQM? And then after this Safura, right, and going back, so are these the ones involved in the Safura massacre? But the names now have changed. So first it was two culprits arrested in Karachi, and do they belong to the same group of Aziz, Saad Aziz and Minas, huh? And Nasir, Aziz, Nasir, 40 members of this community, huh? So, and there's more to this, like Safura massacre, 13 May. When I found out, I was like, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, huh? 13 May. Oh. Raw was found to be behind the Safura massacre. How much time has gone by? Okay, 1 hour. Okay, I think like I have to work this so the two culprits who have confessed that Raw trained MQM trained them, but MQM is trained by Raw. So agency Raw trained them MQM to create unrest in Karachi. MQM, I cannot believe because I think Altaf Hussain was uh, what at least his group, well organized, his party. They even come to during Muharram protect our majlises and the religious processions of the Shias, MQM. Huh? So, but here it doesn't tally, right? Are these two? I've got to see this, check this. Anyways, this would be later. Now I have to at least give a conclusion. So you see this Fasadin, You next time, please don't give me this. But thanks to the one who gave me this ayat recently. Now I've explained, right? Surah 5, ayat 32. Please look at not only just give that the killing one soul is killing a whole nation, right? Just don't give the ayat like this to me. Here, give it properly. And like how I examined it, and then go to, because there's the exception, or unless. So do not kill a soul unless for a soul. So, in what circumstances can you kill someone? Or for corruption, fasad. And what does this fasad actually contain in the land? Find out. And then you'll come very close to what I showed you that the radical Muslims have been doing through this ayat. And you give them this ayat, you cannot defend Islam and say that you radicals are wrong in killing. Sorry, I just worked it out. I apologize, but you know, so you can kill someone who is. So this is problem is with the Quran, right? Quran ayats and its interpretations. Like one who gave the ayat, Surah 5 ayat 32, didn't even give it properly. Didn't give the fasad word unless corruption. See? So then you are wrong. So don't blame the raw. Okay, we can say that they're doing this, but the main culprit is this Quran and these kind of ayats, right? Also see that and give the ayats properly. Okay, thank you. I think this is the problem. And then blaming us that we are using these ayats to cause what? Oh, before I go, Surah 6 ayat 1, this I'll do later. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you, Christy Lagringa, or sorry if I mispronounced your last name. Thank you for the heart. Really appreciate it. Lots of love to you. Wish you all the best. Beautiful life. And please, we need to do something about this, right? These eyes, which are dangerous. You may think they are not. So, Muslims, educate yourselves, and then, like I was saying, even the religious leaders, Islamic. Please see this Allah making, and when He makes, you can't unmake. Or maybe you can say that in this you can, He's made the made word on the made word. But we'll see that later, next live stream. I hope I remember to bring this out in the next live stream of mine. Please do something about this religious appeal to you. I appeal. It just won't do that you remain in this religion and say, give the ayat like you giving, maybe you want to give, and your interpretation and your exegesis. Shias, it's not going to work. We have tried for ages against fellow Muslim Sunni brothers, sisters. Doesn't work that way. You have been peaceful. No, no, I assure you that MQM would and RAW would not uh, radicalize, because then it will come on their land again, and it has Mumbai attack. Why would RAW do this? If they have to train someone, RAW, we asked India to help us bring peace in Pakistan, not like help the radicals become more radicalized and terrorists, and then pick up the gun and kill. Safura Park, innocent people. These are like your innocent people, your women, like in Pahalgam, like in Mumbai attack. How could you do this? Raw of India. You're supposed to train someone like and say, like you told me here, don't show my face. You told me, I said that for my condition and case I've brought online, and give your true name also. You told me to hide my name, not only my face. So you're supposed to help people like me, right? And you have, like you did, like the Republic TV. I think from someone from Republic TV also said on a live stream of someone uh, to me, like, oh, you're from, take care and this and that. And don't show your face or give your true name out if you're doing this. Now, India, if I called you, if Dr. Fauziya called you and we Afghanistanis helped, right? Actually, I think the MQM and the RAW of India would help people like us. Liberal Muslims also would help train how to defend oneself and how to shoot these radical Muslims. Then, take the law in our hands in Karachi, where it's a jungle law, where they can just come and kill, take innocent lives. So this. And anyways, but the main problem is here. And Raw, you should be helping us. This is what I called in Dr. Fauzia when she was with Dasi, and she was coming with Kali Dasi and all. Like, just, I listened to Dr. Fauzia and said, ban Pakistan, meaning ban the Punjabi army and ban the Pakistani IS and the radical. And this Punjabi army, aren't they helping out? ISIS, oh no, sorry, ISI of Pakistan, right? I was a terrorist. Where's that? How can you blame it, Pakistan? I was a terrorist. Blame America, blame India, blame Israel. I was a terrorist. He fooled whole Pakistan. India's double agent. So we called, if India doesn't come to help us, that's okay. We will help ourselves against these radicals. This doesn't mean that we told India to help these radicals against the innocent people. Problem is here. But anyways, that other problem that we have, and the problem is Punjab Pakistan Army. The problem is Pakistan ISI. The problem is Pakistan Taliban radicalized extremism that you have in your country. And from this. Who was saying that we don't take a radicalized Maududi also? Exegesis, Sunni, a Sunni, where I read by a Sunni. We don't take Abul Ala Maududi. These are the problems. The Quran ayats like this, the way you understand, but the one who put it here to me didn't put the whole properly ayat and its a proper analysis of this ayat and the word corruption in this ayat, Surah 5 by 32. See, problem is this. No matter how peaceful and what, you're still going to get people killed because the problem is Islam. If you're just pointing at the mullahs or these radical groups and you're not pointing at the root cause of the problem, you see, you're just going to the branches, some branches that have gone rotten, and you're saying they have gone rotten on their own selves. They've misinterpreted the Quran ayahs. This is, you will never be, no matter how much peace, 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 right? No matter how much you help, but you're not looking at the root cause of the problem, the main cause of the problem. You're giving a blind eye. You're even, some of you come here like one did and didn't put this ayat properly, Surah 5 by 32. So now I've corrected him. The root cause is this. The main problem is this. And you're not seeing this. You're giving a blind eye and saying we're going for peace. You're still not, you haven't done justice in this way. So you're going to get a lot of people killed, right? You see, the Quran is available, interpretations are available, Maududi's interpretation is available, right? We are showing you that this is the way to interpret the Quran ayat, and this is the main problem, Islam, right? You're not looking at the main problem. You're giving a blind eye, Muslim, progressive, liberal, or you would blame where what America did for the oil, or what the Europe, UK joined America, and this. You're looking at the later problems by the superpowers and all. You're not looking at the root cause of the problem and where it started from. And I'm telling the Shias also, don't look at where it started from for you, for your Shia Islam. Look at now that this is so. Continuing Surah 6, ayat 1 to 3 also, is this a true God? We have placed within every city the greatest of its criminals to conspire therein. However, he says that how they may conspire except themselves against themselves. What? Then you're asked to kill the criminals, the fasadin, and all that. You see the problem he has created, Allah Himself. He has placed the greatest criminals in every city to conspire therein, and then He says, but they only conspire against themselves. So do they kill again? They kill themselves? Do they commit suicide? Like in the Bible, after giving Jesus in, Judas did? No, they're not doing that. They're killing the best of you in Karachi, in Pakistan, elsewhere. And these criminals are your Muslim believers, radicalized by the Quran. Forget Sayyid Qutb. This is the proper way. Surah Al Furqan 31 ayat. And thus have we made for every prophet an enemy from among the criminals. God has made them. Then he says, your own hands have wrought the evil that has come on earth. Your own hands have wrought. He's you see, the one who's making it, no one else can unmake it. Ja'alna. Surah 28, Ayat 71. Say, O Muhammad, tell me if Allah made the night continuous for you till the day of resurrection, which illah God besides Allah could bring you light? Now you're going to say, I'm making the ja'alna word in such a way, reading one ayat like this, that if it comes in like we made heirs for you, right? That doesn't mean that they're heirs made by Allah and they can't unmake themselves heirs. So you have to, Zara, like you would blame me for taking this a word strictly ja'ala or ja'alna. Ugh. Okay, then look at this. Then look at this ayat only. Forget the making one. Then we have placed within, but who has placed? Greatest of its criminals. We chose them. Why? And do they only conspire against themselves? No. It's like saying, like Prophet Muhammad saying, if I err, err only for myself. For goodness sakes, you're telling people to follow you. God will, and then you're saying, if I err, no, you will err for the whole nation, your ummah, and you will make them dhaleen, right? Err and go astray. Look at this ayat. Allah tells these mushriks, polytheists, about His ability, not only against them, but you, meaning the anyone. Surah 6, ayat 65. It's His ability not against only the polytheists. See, He's the one able to send upon you, like upon any one of you, affliction. Believers also. Like sometimes He takes the innocent, punishing when the um, criminals are quiet and go on, and the innocent don't stop them, right? So from wrong, those who, what's the word, I forgot. See, He's the one able to send upon you affliction from above you or from beneath your feet, or to confuse you into sex, meaning Shia, and make you taste the evil or violence of one another. Look how we diversify the signs. So even if he means the polytheist, which he doesn't, he just says that he's Al Qadir. So why do you believe in other gods when he's able to do all these things? Like make you taste the evil of another. Or my goodness, see, that's how he means it in this ayat. So he is able to do all this. Make you taste the violence. Violence. Actually, Shaitan should be the one to do this, not him. Even though he's Al Qadir or Al Qadir, for God's sakes. But he should, he says, I would not do an ounce of injustice to you. Dates or at meaning an atoms, what? Of injustice. But look, here he says he's able to do all this. He has the power to send forth chastisement upon you. Okay, chastisement, hostile, and split you into hostile groups. Yeah, Maududi puts it this way, and make some of you taste each other's violence or evil. You want to believe in this God and tell us that don't blaspheme against Allah? Or our scriptures say analyzing it properly? This is the main problem here. This God is true God. Think about it, right? And then decide. So I'm saying sorry, Ismailis, great people, absolutely wonderful imams. The fourth imam was absolutely wonderful. Fifth imam is absolutely wonderful of theirs. There are other Sunni leaders, absolutely wonderful. UAE President, UAE Prime Minister, Dubai's Sheikh, King, all, they allow coexistence, peace. Today, if I can go to Zai Khalfan, you know what he said about the UAE in on X platform? Amazing! It just made my day. So Sharif Khan, Zai Khalfan has made my day today. He said it is shameful for some people to reproach others for failing in a project or stopping it. Failure, okay, failure. In most cases, is the path to a new success, But a person must never fail in trusting his brother, his neighbor, or anyone he deals with, because because failure of trust is far worse than the failure of construction projects. And take this from me with complete transparency. Brackets, the UAE, closed bracket, the UAE, closed bracket, cannot threaten the security of a neighbor, a brother, a friend, someone near or far, dot. The security of a human being is a red line for it, meaning for the UAE. So Zai Khalfan says, the chief police, right, of UAE, Dubai, Zai Khalfan, right? Now, his last part was just made my day. Sorry, it's with the DHA, Zai Khalfan. This is him, right? Is an Emirati police officer, a lieutenant general of Dubai Police, and the current deputy chief of police and general security. Oh, he was chief of Dubai Police from 1980 to November 2013, right? So you can check his post recently on X platform. January 27th, 10:42 p.m., right? On X platform. This last part, really. The security of a human being is a red line for the UAE, meaning it. Thank you so much. I have to go now, and so I will come back later. This will be in silence. I leave you with my uh, closing video.